1. The average of 21 numbers is 30. The largest number is 50. If we remove the largest number, then the average of the remaining numbers will be A. 33, B. 31, C. 29, D. None of these. Two. Majid is now 42 years old and his brother, Zahid, is 32 years old. How many years ago was Majid 3 times as old as Zahid? A. 7, B. 17, C. 27, D. None of these. Three. Many people who have come close to death from drowning, cardiac arrest, or other causes have described near-death experiences, profound, subjective events that sometimes result in dramatic changes in values, beliefs, behavior, and attitudes toward life and death. These experiences often include a new clarity of thinking, a feeling of well-being, a sense of being out of the body, and visions of bright light or mystical encounters. Such experiences have been reported by an estimated 30 to 40% of hospital patients who were revived after coming close to death and about 5% of adult Americans in a nationwide poll. Near-death experiences have been explained as a response to a perceived threat of death, as a result of biological states that accompany the process of dying, and as a foretaste of an actual state of bliss after death. The primary purpose of this passage is to A. Entertain, B. Persuade, C. Inform, D. Express disbelief in the afterlife. Four. Huge beasts such as the dinosaur have never really become extinct. Mothra, a giant caterpillar who later becomes a moth, destroys Tokyo, and stars in the 1962 Japanese film named for him. Mothra is born, dies, and reborn regularly on classic movie channels. In Japan, Mothra is one of the most popular films ever made. Mothra has survived the creation of more current scary creatures such as giant apes, extraterrestrial beings, and swamp creatures. More than 30 years after his creation, Mothra still lives. The main subject of the passage is A. The reasons that fads do not endure, B. The lasting appeal of Mothra, C. The difficulty of marketing good horror movies, D. Old models for creatures are still used because making new monsters is expensive. Five. The Earth's past climate, including temperature and elements in the atmosphere, has recently been studied by analyzing ice samples from Greenland and Antarctica. The air bubbles in the ice have shown that, over the past 160,000 years, there has been a close correlation between temperature changes and the level of natural greenhouse gases carbon dioxide and methane. One recent analysis from Greenland showed that at the end of the last glacial period, temperatures in southern Greenland rose from 5 to 7 degrees in about 100 years. Air bubbles are not the only method of determining characteristics of the Earth's ancient climate history. Analysis of dust layers from ancient volcanic activity is another such method, as is the study of ice cores, which interpret past solar activity that may have affected our climate. This passage states that A. The greenhouse effect is destroying the planet's atmosphere. B. Temperatures in Greenland have been unusually stable over the past 100 years. C. There is more than one kind of information that scientists can use to determine the characteristics of the Earth's early climate. D. Solar energy is the wave of the future. 6. The child apprised of her father's authority and behaved herself in church. Apprised means A. Appreciated, B. Compromised, C. Defied, D. Noted. Seven. The bouncer's countenance discouraged brawls. Countenance means A. Message, B. Presence, C. Expression, D. Strength. 8. In the midst of all this, only the real few are blessed lasting and rewarding relationships, and even these relationships, along with everything that constitutes a human life, are wholly transient. A. About, B. For, C. Of, D. From. 9. Sometimes we are ill ourselves, and even who have the good fortune to enjoy sound health have to face the fact of their own mortality. A. Some, B. These, C. That, D. Those. 10. French physicist Charles Fabry found ozone gas in the atmosphere in 1913. At room temperature, ozone is a colorless gas. It condenses to a dark blue liquid at -170 F. At temperatures above the boiling point of water, 212 F, it decomposes. Ozone is all around us. After a thunderstorm or around electrical equipment, ozone is often detected as a sharp odor. Ozone is used as a strong oxidizing agent, a bleaching agent, and to sterilize drinking water. This gas is also highly reactive. For example, rubber insulation around a car's spark plug wires will need to be replaced eventually, due to the small amounts of ozone produced when electricity flows from the engine to the plug. The passage implies that A. Ozone is the result of pollution. B. High ozone levels in the atmosphere will cause large numbers of people to buy new car batteries. C. Ozone has no practical uses. D. Ozone is a natural part of the Earth's atmosphere. (11) The oral component of balance is critical for postural control during ambulation. Oral means related to the A. Eyes, B. Ears, C. Nose, D. Hands. 12. The average grade mark of 50 students in a class is 77. There are 20 male students in the class. The average grade mark of these male students in the class is 80. The average grade marks of female students in the class is A. 65, B. 70, C. 75, D. None of these. 13. Suppose the mean of 30 numbers is 520. If 20 of these numbers are each increased by 12, and the remaining numbers are decreased by 6, then the mean of the new set of numbers is A. 4860, B. 5060, C. 5260, D. None of these. 14. A piece of wire 80 centimeters long is bent to form a rectangle whose length is 3 times its width. The area of the rectangle thus formed is A. 200 square centimeters, B. 300 square centimeters, C. 400 square centimeters, D. None of these. 15. The grades of John in 9 monthly tests were 58, 80, 56, 58, 64, 80, 56, 90, 80. The mode of his grades is A. 58, B. 65, C. 80, D. None of these. 16. The ratio of boys to girls in a business class is 7:5. If the class has a total of 60 students, how many more boys are there than girls? A. 5, B. 6, C. 10, D. None of these. 17. If 4 is equal to 25, what is 3x 10? A. 8, B. 23, C. 11, D. None of these. 18. The perimeter of a triangle is 240. Its sides are proportional to 3:4:5. The largest side of the triangle is A. 60, B. 80, C. 100, D. 120. 19. A certain positive integer when divided by 7 gives a remainder of 5 and when divided by 11 gives a remainder of 8. Hence the integer can be A. 10, B. 15, C. 30, D. 19. 20. If W less than 25, then A. W less than 25, B. W minus 25, C. W minus 25, D. W greater than or equal to minus 25. Institute of Business Administration IBA, Premier Business Education and Leadership. Welcome to the Institute of Business Administration, a renowned institution dedicated to providing premier business education and leadership training. As a leading business administration institute and business administration school, IBA offers a range of programs designed to develop future business professionals. IBA prides itself on its commitment to excellence, ensuring that students receive a top-tier education that equips them with the necessary skills and knowledge to thrive in today's competitive business world. With a rich history and a strong reputation, IBA continues to attract ambitious individuals who are eager to make their mark in the business industry.